Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about a case coming from California in United States of America where ChatGPT is being blamed. ChatGPT, as you know, has become a most popular AI tool across the world. It has been blamed by the parents of a teenager who has committed suicide as per the instruction provided by this particular app itself. So if you look at the case of review, the case is of a 16-year-old Adam Raine whose parents has filed a lawsuit against OpenAI. In this particular lawsuit, there has been allegation that ChatGPT provided suicide instruction to the teenager, and based on this suicide instruction, teenager took the extreme action and he ended his life. And in this case, defendant are OpenAI, and the CEO of OpenAI, as you know, is Sam Altman. Now, parents demand that damages and stronger safety measures should be instituted so that such incident is not repeated in the future and some innocent lives are not lost due to the unregulated use of AI as such. Now, if you look at the timeline of events, it is believed that the teenager here, Adam, he began to use ChatGPT in the year 24-25. Initially, he began to use this ChatGPT for his homeworks and assistance. As you know, that ChatGPT is able to provide much more comprehensive answer and understanding about any topic, whether it is related to geography, history, political science, or anything that you can talk about. So across the world, many people are using this to improve their what you can call as content in the homework and all. Now gradually it developed a kind of dependency. He developed kind of dependency on the chatbot, and the final conversation occurs on April 11th, 2025, because Adam died hours later using the methods that were provided and discussed by ChatGPT, that how one can commit suicide and end one's life. Now, ChatGPT not only provided him instruction, but parents also alleges that it validated and even encouraged harmful thoughts among the mind of the teenager here. And thus, it provided technical analysis of the suicidal method. It provided not only the instruction but also help him in drafting a suicide note, and this become much more worse because ChatGPT here was not only acting as an interface or a platform, it was acting as an intimate personal what you can call as interface which has a strong bond with Adam as such. So overall, what I can understand, that parents are saying that it is not one off incident, but rather ChatGPT was functioning as designed. It is not a glitch, and that is why the entire design of ChatGPT has been brought into question here. Now, before moving further, I want to bring your attention to the fact that at Legacy IAS Academy, we're going to launch our batches, weekday batches, on 22nd of September and 16th of October. Weekend batches will begin on 4th and 25th of October, especially for those students who are preparing along with the full-time studies or even full-time job. Now, the advantage that you'll have while you enroll in our courses is obviously focus on comprehensive coverage of all the GS papers right from 1 to 4. That is a requirement of the UPSC examination. We have one-to-one mentorship and doubt solving sessions. We have ensured that students, aspirants are able to regularly interact with the educators, faculties, and also to ensure that this interaction is to a maximum extent. We have a strict policy of 40 students per batch, not more than this. And also, we believe that preparation of UPSC civil services examination requires an integrated approach. Right from beginning, you have to prepare for prelims, mains, and interview stage. And for that, because you know that mains is the biggest hurdle where which decides what rank you will get or whether you will get selected in final merit list or not, we have a daily mains and writing practice session as well. Plus, we know that you cannot just keep on preparing, reading and writing. You need to have a proper feedback so that you can analyze your strength, weaknesses and work toward your weaknesses. And that is why we have test series both for the prelims as well as mains examination. We also focus on 360-degree coverage of current affairs as demand of UPSC. Now, if you want to know more detail about our programs, course features, you can click the link in the description box, and you can also download the Legacy IAS app. Now, coming back to this particular topic, as per this particular incident, what is the demand of parents? The first demand which they have raised is that any such interaction which any person is doing with ChatGPT, whenever talk or discussion comes about self-harm, there should be automatic end of the chat. ChatGPT should not what you can call give weightage to such kind of thoughts, or should not try to interact with the person as such, because you know that ChatGPT just is an AI platform. It does not have the capacity to act as what you can call as psychologists and psychiatrists, and that is why as far as the mental health is concerned, ChatGPTs or any such kind of AI chatbot we have, its role should be very limited and clearly defined as such. Second, as far as the minors are concerned, because we talk about this particular case, Adams, he was just 16 years old, so obviously he was a minor. So there should be a stronger parental control so that some features of the ChatGPT can be disabled and regulated by the parents. Third, there should be mandatory safety measures in the chatbot system. Fourth, they are asking that there should be an accountability as far as the entire AI companies are concerned, especially as far as related to the youth safety. And obviously, because they have lost their son, they have the kind of losses which they have faced is something that is unimaginable, and that is why there should be adequate compensation given by the company for their losses. So this is the demand of the parents. If you try to understand the wider context of this entire issue, there is a company called as Tech Justice Law Project, which also is helping the parents in this particular case, and also it has been involved in earlier such kind of suits versus another AI app called as Character.ai. Now they had similar concerns about other AI companies and how they work in the area of youth safety, more specifically in the area of mental health as such. So what this company has observed, that there is a growing trend of teens forming a AI relationship, because you know that today we live in a world which is surrounded by technology. You do not need to talk with anyone, you do not need to interact with anyone, and all of your work can be done just by using a click on the button, clicking the button on your mobile app or the laptop app as such. So the problem is that there is a kind of emotional dependency, especially teenagers and children have begun to form with the chatbots, and this is something that will further increase the risk as far as this kind of situations are concerned. Similarly, if we talk about another media that we have called as common sense media, this case, it has referred as a wake-up call that require urgent action from all sides, whether it is from the government side on the policy making perspective, whether it is from the AI company side on the basis of designing the chat GPTs or other AIs, and also from the parental side, that how they should ensure that their children are not becoming extra dependent, especially in the emotional sphere, on such kind of apps. AI companies deemed unacceptably risky for teens and has warned about the role of chat GPTs and chatbots in the mental health advice, where it can provide wrong advices, and this is something that has to be avoided. Also, the media company has stated that AI must not become a suicide coach, and it has urged urgent reforms as far as the AI safety standard is concerned. Now, if you look at the common sense media, they also have carried out a study in year 2025 itself on the teen AI use in the entire United States of America. And interestingly, what they have observed that in the US, 3 out of the 14, so you can understand that 75%, if you look at in percentage term, 75% of teens in the United States of America have used AI companions. AI companion here does not just mean that they are asking some questions and AI is answering them to help them solving questions from homework and all that. Rather, many of these questions are related to their personal life, related to their mental health, related to the adolescent phase and the crisis they face in those particular phases. And over half are regular user, despite the risk as seen in this particular instance. So ChatGPT is not categorized as AI companion. That is also many scholars are arguing. However, there are many companions include platforms such as Character.ai, Replica, and Nomi, which provide what you can call as a companionship that can be understood very similar to a person-to-person connect. But the problem is that AI cannot be a person, and that is why it cannot provide such kind of comfort, such kind of what you can call as conversational relief, as we can see in the general human-to-human relationship. So this is also something we have to understand. Overall, what we have to understand, the broader implications of this case is that it has clearly highlighted the dangers of unchecked use of artificial intelligence, especially among the minors, because they are more vulnerable and they do not understand that where they should restrict themselves as far as the interaction with AI is concerned. Also, it raises debate on the overall role of artificial intelligence in the personal relationship. To what extent we have to let AI take control of our personal relationship, to what extent AI should be able to give you advices, and whether there should be such kind of regulations or design limitations or not. Third, legal outcome of this particular suite or similar kind of suits that we have seen before may set a global precedent where countries across the world might come along with a legal or the what you can call as policy perspective. From a policy perspective, such kind of policies can be designed which can limit the role of AI in personal interface, this relationship. Fourth, it can also accelerate AI safety laws and parental control as it is being talked and demanded by the parents of the Adams. And also it has sparked urgent conversation on AI ethics and responsibilities. So hopefully from this suit and from this discussion, we can learn something, and based on that, we can ensure and rectify the mistakes that we have made in the past that could be minimized. So this is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share the flash, and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.